Okay, hi, we're here at the Atlanta Professional Tour in the final game. I'm Mark Rosewater. I'm here with Hammer and Mike Elliott, and we're going to bring you the final game between Darwin Kastle and Frank Adler, and in the juniors, between Aaron Souders and Louis Barrel. Okay, we're starting on the Castle Adler match. Adler match. Uh, so, Hammer, what do you think?
Do you want to pick?
Yeah, take a pick.
I'll say Castle 3-1.
Okay. Mike, what's your pick?
I'll say Castle, but I think it's going to go the distance.
3-2? Okay, I'm gonna pick Adler 3-2. That's my pick.
Yeah,
I'll take Tyson in the first.
Okay, so it looks like Darwin won first. He's got both Island and Forest out.
Darwin is playing blue, green, red.
Okay,
Or
and
I'm sorry, Darwin's playing blue, green, black. Adler is playing blue, green, red.
okay, and Adler has two mountains out. Okay, Darwin puts out a second island. And he casts the
Hyena.
hyenas.
This is a 2-2 that can't be blocked by black creatures.
Is it 2-2?
2-2 or
It
3-2?
might be 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah, 3-2.
Cannot block black creatures.
It seems like they both have some mana.
He has the Twister in his opening draw.
Ooh, the Twister.
What's that do again?
That's the Superclasm.
Was that the thing we were calling Wild Thing?
Yes, the wild thing.
Yeah. It's pretty weak, actually.
Is that Tefari's Isle? No, that's just regular.
That's what I meant.
I think the Wild Thing with the Zephyrs is definitely a strong combination. Phil, that's a great combo.
So.
I'm just kidding.
Now, we were commenting during the break that we looked at some of the sideboards, and in both players, there's some interesting cards they did not choose to put in their decks.
It's kind of funny. Mike and I were saying, out of the 8 players in the finals, these were the 2 decks that we thought the sideboards looked stronger than the initial decks, but obviously they know something we don't because they're in the finals. So.
That is true. Okay, so he just put out the Giant Mantis. That's the Giant Spider of Mirage. Except this one's a big insect. I guess a spider. Spider's an insect?
And Adler has
I don't know. You'll have to ask Ollie Roddy.
Adler has a Bay Falcon in play, which is the Zephyr Falcon of the set.
Okay. They both have land, so I think we're not going to see any loss this game by lack of land.
Any swamps on the board yet for Darwin?
Nope.
All right.
Okay, the score is 20-17.
That looks like an Akundu Cyclops.
It is.
The
It's
jug.
the 3/4 that, if anything else attacks, it goes along for the ride.
It's really a follower, not really a leader.
Kind of like Frank Kelson. Yeah.
Okay. Just remember people hear this when you talk.
Oh, we're on the air. I didn't know that. Oh,
we're on the air.
sorry about that.
So,
Cyclops really a mean card. The jugs. It seems every time one comes out, the other hits the board too. Everybody I saw that had
Yep.
one had 2, and there also has 2.
Yeah. Well, they hang on in groups, sort of a Cyclops thing.
Adler has a 1 dead
Yeah.
card in his hand. Builder's Bane probably won't come into play this game since...
Oh, that's just artifacts.
Right. I do not believe Castle has anything in his initial deck.
Oh, he has the torch in his hand, by the way.
I believe doesn't he have the thing that makes
The
flags?
torch. What is the torch do?
No, he actually didn't put that in his main deck.
Oh, it's in the sideboard.
That's
Okay.
in his sideboard. That was an unusual choice also.
Oh, and he has the Alatar in his deck. I just have to go on the record here. What's he doing with an Alatar in his deck? Okay, I've got my piece.
He did win the flip last time.
It's true, he won the flip like that. If you can win the flip.
3...
Okay, what's coming out here?
I think the Locust Swarm.
The Locust? Yep, the Locust.
The Locusts are a 1/1 flyer. They G regenerate, and they have the additional ability that you can spend G and untap them. So you can attack and then untap them, block, regenerate.
Mike, is the torch a cantrip?
No, it was
Oh,
the
really
playtest version was a cantrip, but
it's really not
we
that
just-
strong then, huh? I think I'd
Right.
rather have a flare. Yeah.
Yeah, also you have to figure out that whole X thing. That confuses people.
Yeah,
So.
yeah,
It's a math
fun.
card.
Look, he has 3 X spells in his hand.
Yeah.
Not that Builder's Bane's gonna get him far, but
No, Builder's Bane's gonna be. It's gonna be funny because he'll sideboard this out and Castle will sideboard in the Chariot of the Sun.
Nice.
so it's sort of fun. He has 4 cards and 4 X's among them.
Maybe Darwin will sideboard out his creatures so that Savage Twister will just kill the little Zephyrs.
Yeah, the Savage Twisters won Adler a couple games today, as it, I guess, well should. Okay. Okay, score still Castle 20, Adler 17. So, by the way, it's interesting. If Adler would win this, he would Germany would be the 3rd country to have ever won a professional tour. I believe the U.S. has won the first 2 tours. Actually, I'm sorry, they'd be the 4th person since the 3rd tour was won by Sweden, Uli Rade, and the World Championship was won by an Australian, Tom Champag. So Germany could join in that elite group of countries who've won a Pro Tour. But if Castle wins, then America just racks up a 3rd one.
6 mana doesn't
And
really
New
give him-
England racks up a 3rd one.
give him anything exciting to do, so he's probably gonna stay here also.
I just wanted to keep you up to date on your geography there. Mark.
Yes.
Ooh, Darwin has the crash in his hand.
Does he have the mana yet?
No.
He needs 1 more.
I think he needs 2 more.
Oh, right. It's 6 green. You are correct. So it's very funny when we first made Crash of Rhinos, or when it was turned into us. It was a little smaller, and we named it Crash of Rhinos, and then we made it bigger because we decided that a bunch of rhinos would do more damage.
What is that? Is that the 4 Trampler?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, because the ebony rhino did 5, and we figured that was 1
And
rhino.
he's got a swamp. He's got to be.
Okay, so he needs 1 more card to get out the rhinos.
And he's starting to work on his black mana situation.
Yes.
Darwin doesn't seem to be able to draw swamps out easily.
No, he's only got 8 in there though. He
Right.
has 5 islands
Hey,
and 5
he
plains.
draws them when he needs them. That's what
5
happens.
islands and 5 forests. He now has 4 of his 5 forests in play.
He draws them at the last moment. That's
He wants to keep the crowd awake.
so.
And more mana for Adler still isn't exciting. He's not going to do anything this turn.
Very patient. He doesn't waste anything. He sits there.
Yep.
We saw him against China U, and he sat there on his beasting. Sat there and sat there. Doesn't waste.
He did sit there on his beast thing.
You might have to have him as a teammate or something. He just sits on that stuff and waits.
And Darwin is drawn as a game-winning drain life card from the last.
Yeah, you can form a team that the way you guys win is that the team just gives up because the game's taking too long. Like an all blue and white.
I don't
Armada.
think that's very funny, Mark.
Is he going to burn the Elatory here? No. No, he's bringing out.
Some of the East artifacts.
Oh, is that the Goblin Tinker?
Did you draw
Oh, that's
land?
the Pyrrhic Salamander. That's
Nice.
the one that
card.
the one that you can fire breathe once
Yeah,
and then
it's,
it
it's
dies.
funny, Mike. If you pulled half the players in this building, half of them will say that card is bunk and doesn't belong there. Watch it sit there.
It's a one shot. You can block and take something big out with it.
Adler's only playing with 6 mountains, so I mean, how big could it get? You know, I mean, you know.
Right now you can get to a 5/1. I mean, this is probably a lucky draw for him, but it may come into play this game.
A fortunate draw.
Fortunate draw. Yeah. There's no luck involved in this game.
Absolutely not. No.
And he's up to 8. Has he got the crash out now? Or-
Not yet, but he could put it out this turn. Obviously, that's what he's thinking about: to rhino or not to rhino.
He's worried about that. I suspect if he rhinos, we're going to see the Twister. Twister and regenerate the Locust.
He may have heard the bellows of a few people in there going, wild thing. And he might know it's there, so. Darwin's a smart player. He probably won't put all his eggs in one basket.
He's got black now. He can enfeeble something.
Okay, why?
He's
why
scared
did
of this.
Darwin had on Friday 2 salamanders in his deck, and his partner Dave Humphries did also, and they laughed every time everybody didn't respect it, and they ate people with them. They ate them up.
Okay, score's now 21-17. Castle getting a life from the salamander.
Had he attacked with the salamander, I mean, the salamander would have eaten one of Darwin's creatures there. So, I mean, how bad is that card?
Yeah, no. Trust me, we had to weaken it slightly in playtesting.
He's definitely got the one-shot use. I mean, if he attacks with a crash or something, you can block, take your 7, and take it out.
I don't know if I would have used the drain that early, though. He does have the +2, -2 in his hand, doesn't he?
It's a -2.
-2.
I mean, -2, -2.
Enfeeblement.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's the
The
real
salamander would have
weakness.
blocked.
And he's drawn the Merfolk Seer, which is the 2/2 Merfolk that for 1 when it goes to the graveyard, you can draw a card. So it's kind of like a delayed cantrip.
That's a questionable card. I mean,
And he's
it looks really good at first. You get a card out of it, so it's not a bad card, but some of the other cards Darwin could have had in, I think might have been stronger than that.
Yeah,
The Urborg Panthers, he's got 2 on the sideboard, and they eat creatures that are blocking, so...
he also, it's interesting, he had 2 Urborg. I think Adler also has Urborg in his 2.
That's a question. I mean, I've seen a couple of the other decks where people chose not to play the Enfeeblements and played
Well-
extra creatures instead.
Well, look at the situation there. If a Panther is on the board, I'll attack with my Panther. Would you like to block with your Cyclones? I mean, if he says yes, see ya. If he doesn't, take 2. Looks good to me.
Yeah, we just reported that the juniors match finished his first game. I'm not quite sure who won, so hold on one second.
Barrel one.
Barrel won his first game. So Barrel's leading Sounders 1-0.
Barrow's continuing right along. He was smoking. He has a fast deck.
Yep.
It's not a lot of big house creatures. It's just speed, kill you, torch, game.
Yep. Some more like condo creatures.
He's just got little flyers, little things. Creature controller. He's got the aftermath, and he's got torch.
Yeah, it looks like he's
Do they all have torches? Like every hero has a torch.
looks like he's getting ready to twist.
Yeah.
It's good. Darwin's been patient. Darwin, he probably figures he's got it. Enough people got hit with that twister today.
So seriously though, how many people have a torch in the final 4?
Oh, I don't know. All of them have at least 3, I think, by now.
Adler has a torch. Does Castle have a torch?
That torch is definitely a rare. It was really not seen at all at this tournament.
Yeah, no one really played with a torch. So what again? What does torch do?
It's not that strong. I sideboarded mine out. I put the little dude in there that destroys walls instead. It does 1 damage. It was a power card, underrated.
Didn't you put the Alatori in instead?
I had 3 of them in.
Hey, because you can do them all at the same time. And flip
Oh, I'm so
sweet
good at
ones.
flipping coins.